Hey friend, how are you doing today? Today I want to share with you the concept of the four tendencies that has been introduced by Gretchen Rubin, the author Gretchen Rubin. I was first turned on to her when Karen read her work maybe a decade ago when we were in our corporate jobs. She wrote The Happiness Project, and I just listened to her in an interview. I found this podcast called The Anxious Achiever, so I was really interested in what on earth they were going to talk about. And she was interviewing Gretchen Rubin, and they were talking about this inability or ability that people have to stick to commitments and why people don't stick to commitments and why they do. So I wanted to introduce this framework to you because I found it so helpful for my older daughter who is like, I'm motivated to be good at basketball, but I'm not doing the things. What's going on? Okay, so here's the idea. There are four tendencies, and the four tendencies framework describes how we respond to expectations. And so there are two, yes, I'm looking at the notes here. There are two kinds of expectations: outer expectations, like meeting work deadlines, or doing things for other people or observing traffic regulations, and then inner expectations like quitting napping or keeping a New Year's resolution, or things that we tell ourselves to do. So there's what other people tell us what to do, there's what we tell ourselves to do, and how do we respond to those. Now, I think everybody's like, be self-motivated. What's wrong with you if you're not self-motivated? But there are four tendencies. So the first one is the upholder, who basically thinks like they meet outer expectations and inner expectations. So their mantra is I do what others expect of me and what I expect from myself. The second type of person is the questioner. And this person resists outer expectations but meets their inner expectations. And so their mantra is I do what I think is best according to my judgment. If it doesn't make sense, I won't do it. That's mine, by the way. The third type of person is the obliger, meets outer expectations and resists inner expectations. Their mantra is I do what I have to do. I don't want to let others down, but I may let myself down. And the fourth is the rebel. They resist outer expectations and they resist inner expectations. I do what I want in my own way. If you try to make me do something, even if I try to make myself do something, I'm less likely to do it. So these are the four tendencies. And the part that I found really, really interesting was that the highest number of people are obligers. Here's why this matters. In network marketing, a lot of the trainers, coaches, etc., it's a lot, really a lot shame based. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. That's what I've noticed. And it's like, you're the problem. You're the problem. Get your mindset ready. Like, drive your inner motivation. But what if you are like most of the people in the world that are an obliger? Well, that would explain why you put your kids' sports ahead of your business. That would explain why everyone else's needs come first instead of yours. That would explain why external accountability is so important. And if you don't have external accountability mechanisms, you're pretty much done for. And I think this is probably one of the biggest reasons that good people struggle in entrepreneurship is because of the it doesn't have external it doesn't have this external accountability because you are your own boss. And so we all want to be our own boss, but gosh, that's a tough environment for a lot of us. Now, in the podcast, I haven't read the book yet. It's called The Four Tendencies. I will probably add it to I already added it to my list. I don't know when I'll get to it, but in the podcast, Gretchen Rubin says, if you are an obliger, it is absolutely critical that if you want to read more, join a book club. If you want to walk more, join a hiking club. If you want to work out more, have a workout group or personal trainers, or you won't do it. My friend, one of the basketball moms, Katie, we've become pretty good friends. She's totally this person. And so one day at dinner during practice, because we went to go get guacamole and taquitos during practice, I was like, we should go to the gym. She's like, okay, I'm in. Next thing you know, she signed up. She got a buddy pass so I could go with her. And basically, as long as someone goes with her, she will go. And she has gone consistently with no issues, no pushback. But that external accountability of someone counting on her to get in with her buddy pass. In fact, I said I would get my own pass. She says, no, I need you to have a buddy pass because that will force me to go. Smart, right? So what Katie understands about herself is that this is her tendency. And so she wants to, if she wants to be the best version of herself, then she is going to need to set up these systems. So what does this have to do with our business and network marketing? If you are an obliger, it is absolutely critical that you have someone else to answer to that you trust that will take good care of you. Because if you do not have that external accountability and you do not grant them accountability, because I think that that is an important part, right? You can't say, hold me accountable and be like, I can't, don't tell me what to do. You have to have that, right? So if an obliger needs to join a book club in order to read books, what does a network marketing professional need to do? And I'm not saying this like to be selfish or shady or to twist it around, but I was like, this is why when people are in our masterminds, they do better. And when they leave our masterminds, even though they know all the stuff, things fall apart. This is why we've seen recently people retake masterminds that have taken up for 2 years, like they took them 2 years ago and jump back in because that external accountability brings out their best self because they're obligers. They're not going to let me down. They'll be like, I'm going to do the homework. I'm going to do the things you tell me to do. And for that, I'm going to, right? It's going to make a better business for me. So, what's the whole point here? The first point is if you're an obliger, you're fine. You're like most people in the world. Don't feel bad about that. Don't let anyone shame you into the fact that you respond better to external expectations than internal expectations. Number two, if you're an obliger, make sure you are part of a group that is counting on you to be successful. And I guess my third point is if this felt like, oh, wow, coaching based on my personality, I think it's so important that you get, like, it's so awesome when you have personalized mentoring that's based on your personality, your goals, your strengths, those types of things. And so if that is something you desire, then that's actually one of the things that we do in our Resilient Leader Small Group Mastermind. I run strengths profiles on everybody, and we make sure that all the coaching is lined up with what you say your goals are, what you say what your skill assessment is, and what you say your strengths are. And that way, you're not trying to build a business based on someone else's personality, right? For me, as a questioner, if I know why, then I can hold myself accountable to it. So, but if you're an obliger, like that's not going to work for you. And I have clients who are rebels. I kind of attract a type, and they were like, they wouldn't listen to me or listen to themselves or keep their own commitments. So it's all kind of wild. I think psychology is really important. Understanding ourselves is important. You know, God made us each in the way that we are made. And I think that the best way to build our business is in the ways that we were made to build our business. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you guys want to work together in one of our coaching programs, please let us know. We're happy to help. If anything, I hope this is encouraging. Feel free to share it with people if you think it'll be helpful to them as well. All right. I have a leader webinar. I'm going to do a training for one of my previous clients' teams right now. So I'm going to go get ready for that. And I hope you all have a great day.